You've spent your whole life being told what it means to be a man. Be strong, be silent, don't show emotion, keep working, keep providing. But what happens when the job ends, the house quiets down, and you find yourself past 60, wondering, now what? Hi, and welcome to Be Feminine, a channel where we explore the psychology of human behavior, emotion, and growth. And today, we're having a conversation that many men need, but few are having. What does masculinity look like after 60? And more importantly, what should it look like? Growing up, you probably had a very clear idea of what a man was supposed to be. You might have heard phrases like man up, real men don't cry, or be the rock. Maybe you lived by those rules. Maybe you passed them down. Maybe they helped you succeed. Or maybe they left you feeling alone when things got tough. Either way, you followed the script. But now, the script has changed. After 60, life starts to slow down, not in a bad way, but in a way that gives you more space, more time to reflect, more time to feel. And that's where a new definition of masculinity starts to emerge, not based on toughness or control, but based on truth, your truth. The truth is you're still a man, even if you cry during a movie. You're still a man if you open up to a friend about your regrets. You're still a man if you choose connection over competition, softness over silence, and presence over pride. In fact, research in psychology shows that emotional expression, not repression, is key to long-term mental and physical health. Holding it all in? That leads to stress, heart problems, depression. But expressing your inner world? That leads to deeper relationships, healing, and peace. And peace is what many men are really searching for at this stage of life. Not just retirement, but renewal. Not just rest, but meaning. That sense of, I've done my part, and now I want to live with purpose, not pressure. And here's the truth that no one told you when you were younger. Masculinity is not one size fits all. It evolves, and it should. Being a man at 25 is different from being a man at 65. The expectations, the energy, even the needs, they change. And that's not weakness. That's growth. Maybe now being a man means being the calm presence in a family full of noise. Maybe it means listening more than talking. Maybe it means mentoring a younger person, not telling them what to do, but sharing your story with honesty, your wins, and your mistakes. Maybe it means learning something new, like painting or yoga or music, even if society once told you those things weren't masculine enough. Who says? You have the freedom to explore yourself fully, even now. Especially now, and let's talk about vulnerability. It's often treated like a bad word for men. But the truth is, vulnerability is how we connect. It's how love is built. And after 60, real connection matters more than ever with your spouse, your kids, your friends, and most importantly, with yourself. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you truly allowed yourself to be seen, not the provider, not the protector, but just you, not trying to fix things, not trying to lead, just being? There's something powerful in letting go of the masks. It doesn't make you less of a man. It makes you more human. And that's what the world needs more of right now. Real, grounded, emotionally awake men who've lived, learned, and are finally living for themselves. You see, redefining masculinity. After 60 isn't about giving up who you are. It's about coming back to who you've always been before the rules, before the roles. It's peeling back the layers and asking, what kind of man do I want to be now? Maybe that man isn't driven by ambition anymore, but by authenticity. Maybe he's not trying to prove anything, but is finally at peace just being himself. Maybe he's not chasing validation, but offering wisdom. There's deep power in that. Quiet power. The kind that doesn't shout, but shows up. And the beautiful part? There's no deadline for becoming that version of yourself. You haven't missed your chance. In fact, your timing might be perfect. So today, I invite you to look in the mirror, really look and ask not, am I still man enough? But what parts of me am I finally ready to share with the world? Because the world doesn't need more tough men. It needs more real men. Men who lead with love, who listen with compassion, who laugh without apology, and who live with intention. That's the new masculinity. That's the gift of this chapter, and you're already living it, whether you realize it or not. Thanks for spending this time with me today. If this video gave you something to think about, something to feel, I invite you to subscribe, leave a comment, or share this with someone who might need to hear it. You're not alone in this journey. You're part of a growing community of men who are writing a new story, and I'm honored to be part of that with you. This is Be Feminine, where emotional strength and wisdom meet. See you in the next video.